Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Dungeon Universalis. So we're basically now with our group over here in this room, so we're still on our way to the treasure chamber, but we had a few rough battles and I had to rest, so I fell a bit behind in time. I had to spend two of these time slots for the rest action. So that kind of sucks, but I mean, if things go well and if I find a way without a big delay to the treasure chamber, I should still be fine. So let's see what happens next. Okay, so first we're going to open the door here and just check if there's a trap. There's no trap, so that means we can now move into the next room, and that means also the time goes on. And that was lucky. There is a chasm here, and now we could cross that to the other side if we had a rope and pickaxes, but we don't have the ladder, so we cannot really build a bridge. That would also cost us an additional time, by the way. But luckily, this thing goes into the right direction, so we can move here. And there's not going to be any furniture in this specific room, but we might have an encounter here. So let's see. And again, we do have an encounter. So let's see what that is. It's a special creature. So we have to add 2, and that is a 4, so it's a paladin with a mace. I think we had that guy already before, and then we have to roll again to see if there's another creature in there, and there isn't. So we meet again a paladin with a mace. Okay, so you can see here, and I think that's really pretty cool, you can see the chasm here, and I use this tile and this thing here to kind of show that, and it is possible to push an enemy, or we could also get pushed into the chasm and then we're obviously immediately dead. So we'll see how that works out. So we got the paladin now standing here on its own, and let's hope for a good initiative roll here. And that is a very bad initiative roll. So that means the paladin will start. I gotta find his card, and he has a mace, and I'm not even sure if this guy, yeah, that was the one. He usually cannot have a mace. So let's take this one. It's going to be okay. And okay, so he simply has a mace. All right. And I think he has a, I'm not sure, does he have a shield? Maybe he should have a shield, because the mace is just a one-handed weapon. Yeah, I'm going to give him a shield. It says here, can have a shield. So I'm also going to give him a shield. And he's going to pay 5 for this guy. So he's down to 16 already. Crazy. Okay. So we're going to see an attack. He's a melee fighter. There we go. So he will simply attack the one who is easiest to hit. And let's see. I'm pretty sure this is this guy here. Yeah. So he attacks the barbarian. Yep, that is a hit, and it's even a critical with the mace. So I take 5 damage dice, and I'm gonna be stunned because it's a critical hit, and it says equal sized targets are stunned in case of a critical hit. Oh, and I should have rolled, by the way. Okay, so no power card. Okay, that wasn't too impressive, and we get another one here. Okay, so there is actually no damage, but I'm stunned. If you get a maze on your head, even if it's kind of a concrete head, it's still kind of painful, I guess. Okay, so that could have been worse, and now it's me. So now I'm gonna try to get rid of my stunned condition. And that, I don't know if that was successful. I have my tough. Yeah, I get a +1 whenever I roll to avoid the condition stunned. I'm not sure if that's the thing. I'm not really avoiding it, right? So I guess I cannot roll this. I think, I'm not absolutely sure though. You know, I think I'm not gonna remove it now. Let's say it's still there. And I'm gonna, of course, attack. And that wasn't good enough. So now it's this guy with the elven sword. That's close. Man, he's got a 5. Is he elite? Yeah, he's also elite. Incredible. So yeah, he's got a 5. So that also was not good enough. So yeah, that's it. The others can't even do anything here. I mean, I could move away. You know, I think I want to do that. I'm going to move here. I can do that because these two are engaged. So I could ignore melee range, and I can move with him in here and then try another attack here. Okay, that looks pretty good actually. A 10 against a 9. I also have a melee of 5. And this guy, because of the mace, that's a -1. So yeah, I win that. I win that battle. That's nice. So that means I get 4 dice. I can subtract 1 from his armor because of the flail. That means he has an armor of 4. Ugh. Wow. Terrible. Okay, so that was that combat round, and it was not a good one. So now it's again the dark player, and he gets a power card. This is getting worse. So he gets a fortune. Okay, I mean, this is usually not so terrible. And so we give him a fortune. And again, the barbarian gets attacked. He's stunned, so that's a -1 on his side. But this time it's a clear win for the barbarian. And I'm going to try to get rid of the stun condition, and this time I made it. Excellent. And now I can attack again. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That's a 10, but it's going to be really close. I'm not even sure. Let's see. So I got a 4. This guy has a 5, but he's got a -1 because of the mace. So that means we both have a 4. I got another -1 because of this thing. So I basically have a 3 and he's got a 4, but I got a 10 and he's got an 8. So I win that, and that is obviously really good because now I can use this axe with 6 dice. And that means he only has an armor of 3 now. Okay, that's pretty good. that would actually kill him. However, I forgot, he's got 6 life points, so that would kill him, but he still has a chance if he blocks this thing. He has his shield, so on a 5 or 6 it's a block, and it's not a block, and now he's got his fortune. So now he's going to spend the fortune, and we got to reroll this. Okay, so he's wounded now. This is not a damage, but he is wounded. 5 wounds for this guy. So now he's really not in a good shape anymore. And I'm going to push him back. And I think I will actually, do I want to follow? Maybe not. I'm going to move in here and then attack with the physician. That is not successful. And now I'm going to try to attack with the scout. That is a 6 against a 6. That's going to be close. So let's see. This guy has a 5, but because of his mace he's got a 4. Because he's wounded he's got a 3. And I've got a 4. So I win that. And that gives me 6 dice. But I don't have a negative modifier on his armor, so I need to roll a 5 here. And I have that, so I managed to kill the guy. Nice. He didn't do any damage. That was great. And I can search his body, and he's got 4 intelligence and 4 strength, so we can roll 4 dice. Okay, that wasn't so hard. We get 2 gold, and that's it. So because this is kind of a special room, there's not going to be a trap here or something, so we can just move into the next room. That means this goes up here. And we find a medium room. And I mean, we're still doing okay, but you know, there's no way out or something. We just follow one straight line, and if this goes wrong and we end up in a dead end or so, it really sucks. But still, we're doing okay for now. So we're going to draw 2 furniture cards for the medium room. So we have amphoras and containers and a latrina. Okay, and then we got to check if we're going to have an encounter again. And this time we don't. So let's interact with this stuff here, the amphoras. So we got 5d6 again. And we're searching 6s here. And we got a 6, so I think that gives me a coin. You find 1 coin, exactly. Okay. And let's check the latrina. There's a foul-smelling latrine in the room. Character searching it must roll 1d6 and check the result. And if it's 1d6, I can add 2 because of the extreme curiosity here. Okay, that's an 8. Oh, wow, we found probably something of interest here. Hey, some coins. Someone had to rush out of here and left a purse with 2 coins. Now they are yours. So that was actually pretty good. So we're doing fine until now. Now we're going to try to open the door to the next room. And we're good. No traps, so time goes on. Okay, we found a corridor which goes straight on. And, well, I really need some kind of room that goes in this direction now. So let's see if we have an encounter there. Nope, we don't. That's nice. So we open the next door. And we have a trap. Okay. And remember, in a corridor there's no furniture. So now we have a trap. And that's a locked door. The door the character is trying to open is locked. It can be opened stealthily by passing a dexterity test. Okay, so let's try to open that door. Otherwise we have to break it. So we need a test of 10. However, we got the master key here. So that would be +1 to opening locked doors. So I'm going to give it a try. There's not a lot to lose, I guess. Not even time, because the first attack is free anyway. Otherwise, you would probably never really try it, right? So I need a 9. Maybe I can get that if I'm lucky. I didn't. Okay. So now we have to, and this actually costs time, opening the door, now trying to break this thing open. So, oh, and he's got to spend 1 for that. So it's a 5, armor 5, vitality 5. Okay, let's grab some markers here. Okay, so we simply remove them from the door. Okay, so I hope it's not going to be too bad. We simply start with this guy here, and maybe he can already break the door. I mean, that really should not be such a big deal. He really uses his... So this thing has only a 3 then. It's not going to be that easy, but still, I mean... Okay, so it's not broken yet. Bummer. Okay, so, but still, I mean, we already did 3 damage. Now this guy with 4 dice, he's got a -1 with the flail. Yeah, that's it, I guess. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. The whole thing did cost us 1 turn, which is not a good thing. And we also get, if there should be enemies in the next room, they would get a +1 initiative marker. So, I mean, just as a reminder, we can... I don't know, where is that? I don't know where that marker is. There is this bell marker. Oh, there it is. Look, so, okay. Just place it here as a reminder. And so now we are allowed to enter the next room. That will cost some time, though. And now I really hope I find kind of a... this should be here. I find a matching tile here. Okay, that's fine. That is a large room. You can see the doors. The doors don't really matter in this situation. It's just... Okay, it's a large room, so that is excellent. And that means we got to draw 3 cards. So we have a dining room. Empty. And statues. Okay, so it's a dining room with statues. And now we got to roll 2 dice. Because it's a large room, and in the last 2 sections there were no enemies. Okay, we have an encounter, and let's see again. Okay, so only 1 enemy, 1 encounter here. That's enemy spotted. So that's again a big group of enemies here. So let's set this up. Okay, so first we want to check, of course, what we get. So this time we got to add 3. Okay, that's a 7. So we got a knight, 2 soldiers with a spear, and 2 shooters with a longbow. And that costs 7 victory points. So that brings him now down to 6, okay? So at least he does not have a lot of choices now to improve the last enemy in the treasury chamber, or the big boss in the treasury chamber, because he already spent so much on the enemies that fought me. That's... okay. Okay, so This is the entrance, this is here the large room, this is the medium room, and this is the corridor. So you can see the medium room, the corridor, the large room. And if they push us back, I don't really believe they're going to push us back into this room, but you never know. And here we got the dining table, and these are the two statues here. And so we got the knight here. We have one shooter and another shooter with a longbow, and these are the two guys with a spear. Now, it doesn't say they have a shield, so I assume they don't. Instead, they have the spear as a two-handed weapon, which gives them an additional damage die if they hit. Now, the knight, I checked also, it says may replace the broadsword and shield with a bastard sword. I rolled a die here, so he won't do that. But the question is now, is he going to use his broadsword or is he going to use the mace? And I'm going to roll that. And he's going to use the mace, which means he's going to -1 again. But if he hits a critical, he does damage. And he does. I'm getting stunned. And I got a -1 on armor. And now that I see that, I'm pretty sure this guy would have taken a wound. I'm not sure exactly how many, but I think only one, because I forgot the -1 on armor. When he took a hit from the paladin with the mace, I rolled mainly 1s and 2s and 3s, but I think I rolled a single 4. And this would have been enough in this situation to do a damage. Okay, so yeah. Then, because we broke the door here, that gives them a +1 on their initiative roll, and I also got a +1. I think got a -1 because of the shield, and the cat and the hunter give me a +1. So we're both even. So simply who rolls the higher value, and it's gonna be them, I guess. Yeah. Yep, it's gonna be them. They got a 6, I got a 5. Not a good one. Yeah, my initiative is really not too impressive. So they start again, and let's hope they don't do too much damage here. So we start with the shooters, and they have a longbow. And these guys can be dangerous. We've seen that before. Now, at least this time I'm not caught off guard. So this shooter, now he's going to move 1 space here. So he can now shoot, because otherwise there would be, that's still kind of tricky. There is cover here. There is this wall. So actually, maybe it's easier for him to shoot at this guy. Let's see whom he's going to attack. I think he's probably going to shoot. Yeah, this guy is easier to hit because he has not the cover from the wall here. Otherwise, that would be the case, I guess. Yeah, so he shoots at him. Yeah, so he is 1, 2, 3. So it's a medium ranged. So it's a -1 modifier. And that is not enough. So that is a miss. And now this guy will try to shoot at the other dude, I guess. So it's 1, 2, 3. And this is actually not, this is a short distance still. So he has no negative modifier, except that this guy has a higher agility, I think. The shooter only has an agility of 2, and I got an agility of 3. My leather armor brings this down by 1, but still. Okay, that is also a miss. Okay, so I was lucky here. And now I get attacked by the knight. And, well, let's see. He's going to go after the one also which is easiest to hit. And again, this is going to be the barbarian. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now he's going to attack the barbarian with his mace. And, oh man, that was a blunder. And by the way, we should roll a die here. Okay, so no power card. So that's a blunder, and basically his mace is now on the ground. Let's see if it breaks. Usually you don't do that, but I like it. It's even more thematic that way. So the mace breaks on a 1 or 2. So the mace didn't break, but it lies on the ground. So let's use this marker here. Okay, so the mace lies here on the ground, but he still has his broadsword. So he can't simply use his broadsword instead with his next attack. He does not have to pick up the mace. Interesting. Yeah, so that was definitely not a success. Now this guy tries to attack, and he uses his spear, long-ranged weapon, and attacks the scout. And this is definitely a success. It's even a critical hit. So he uses it as a two-handed weapon. That means he gets 5 dice. I can try to block this with my great shield, but I need a 6 because I need a 5 or a 6 because of the critical hit. And I have that. Okay, so that was okay. No damage here. And now we still have this guy, and I wonder what he's gonna do. I mean, can he attack from here? I don't think so. I think this guy is... You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. And now I could attack both guys, I think. The only question is... Again, I think I'm going to attack this one because he's easier to hit. Oh no, man. Okay, no way he didn't hit. So that was actually a pretty solid first round of combat. And so now it's me again, and I think maybe I want to use now some of these spells. I held back with them because I was always kind of insecure. It was such a long way to go and so on. But now I think I'm going to use the flashing weapon. Got a couple of enemies here. Don't want to take too much risk. The flashing weapon is, I think, pretty cool. So, yeah, why not use that thing? It would basically allow... So I can kind of cast that on the armor-piercing battle axe. So let's see if I can get this done. And I do. And that's a 6. So this goes on for 6 turns now. And that means it can be used twice per turn without any penalties. And I think this is insanely strong because he's got the Berserker ability. And, well, there's no penalties, right? So the way I read it, it's not only that the Berserker penalty goes away, also the -1 penalty here from the weapon doesn't count. So that's the way I read this card, and that's a really strong spell in this way, if you have the Berserker ability. I mean, it's still a good spell anyway, but with the Berserker ability, it's awesome. And now I can really do a lot of damage to these fuckers. So I'm gonna go berserk and attack the knight with the barbarian. Oh, holy moly. Okay, so that is insane. No need for the spell here, but it definitely helped for the motivation. And yeah, I mean the barbarian, the knight cannot even block that. So I'm pretty sure this looks not good for the knight. So I got 8 dice here, and oh man. So let's see. He's got basically now an armor of 3 because I can subtract 2. He's got 5 life points, which is not bad. And he's dead. Yeah, we managed to kill him. Okay. And now I'm going to move forward, which is a little questionable. Maybe I can't do that because he's got his spear as a long-ranged weapon. But I will attack this guy now with my second attack. And he might be able to push me back, even though... So I'm not sure about that, but I'm gonna do it that way. So he kind of pushes me back, but let's see. And this is... Oh man! I wish I would have rolled like this before, but now that I roll the flashing... crazy, man. The flashing weapon. So that means there's also nothing. He can't block. He hasn't a shield or anything. So I get 7 dice for this. Boy, oh boy. But that wasn't so great. That wasn't so good. Okay, but I mean, he only has an armor of 2. So he takes 3 wounds. So he's wounded. I can push him back. But I don't actually want to push him back. I'm going to leave him staying there. And so he takes 3 wounds. Nice. Okay, so that was a pretty good start. So now I think I want to take care of the shooter, and I think I can actually move through here because this, I mean, it's a bit tricky. Thematically, it doesn't make that much sense. I mean, these 2 guys are engaged like this. Nah, maybe not. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to use this guy, and I'm going to push this guy. I'm going to attack this guy now. And I'm not sure. That's an interesting question. You know, if he's engaged with him, can he still use his weapon? Can he, to push me away? Honestly, I don't think so. I think he's busy with his weapon, pushing... yeah, I don't know. I don't think he can do it, actually. So, let's see. Yeah, that's enough for me. I'm good here. So that means I do 4 damage dice. Okay, that's enough. I killed him. Awesome. And that allows me also to... Yeah, okay, why not? Yeah, I'm gonna move in here now, and now this guy will move here, and now he can move through here, I would say, because he can ignore the combat range because of him. He kind of okay, and then we can move here, and he wasn't in line of sight, so there is no defensive shot here. So now he can simply attack this dude, the shooter. Oh man, that wasn't good. So the shooter manages to kind of push me back here a little bit. Okay, so that was the first turn, I guess. My first turn. It was okay. So let's see if he gets a power card. Nope. And then he starts. So again, first the shooters activate, and this guy will try to disengage. So he needs to pass his agility test. And that looks actually quite good. It's an 8. He's got a 2, so yeah, that worked out for him. So he can move back. So he moves here, I guess. Well, he could actually move 1, 2, 3. I guess he can move here. Oh, no, wait a minute. That wasn't even necessary. Ah, see. I thought that was one of my guys, but that's not the case. Well, then he could now shoot without moving. He could shoot at this guy, and that might be the easiest one to hit, because he could shoot at him from behind. So yeah, I will try that. I mean, there is a little bit of a risk that he hits his own buddy, but I think still it's easier than moving away. Yeah, because otherwise he always has to attack from the front and move. So I think this is actually an advantage for him. So he tries this, and that's an 8, and I'm pretty sure this is actually enough. And that's also a critical. So let's see, he needs a 7 usually. Now he's got a -2 because of the distance. No, that's not true. He only has a -1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's a -1. So he would need an 8, but he gets a +1 because he attacks from the back. Then we get another -1 because the guy is more agile, but it is a hit. And I cannot use my Great Shield because he attacks from behind. So that is not good. So that means he can now use 5 dice and do quite a bit of damage here. So my armor is 4. Okay, I was really lucky here. I only take a single wound. There is no modifier or anything. No, I was lucky there. Okay, let's activate the other shooter. He tries to disengage, and that was not successful. So that means he now tries to attack in melee combat. And yeah, that's going to be hard for him. And yeah, that didn't work out. Okay, so that means only this guy here is left, and he is engaged with the physician. And he tries to disengage because he's got a long-ranged weapon. And that worked out, so he moves back. And he wants to attack the person which is easiest to hit. So I think he simply moves here. I think he moves here and he tries to attack this guy. Oh, that was a blunder. I don't like that. So I don't want to lose my weapon. So we want to reroll that. That's a 5. I think that might be good enough. Oh. Wait a minute. Character's weapon, it can be used twice per turn. Oh, I see. I think I could use it as an attack and as a defense option. I didn't see that before. So you don't really need the Berserker. Oh, that's interesting. But okay, I used it now twice already. So I get a negative modifier. I think this is a hit. He's got 1 higher than me, but I got a negative modifier and I rolled worse. So yeah, that's a hit on his side. That gives him 4 dice. And nothing happened at all. Excellent. Okay, so I want to try to attack now here with the scout. Ugh, terrible. So that didn't work out. So now I'm gonna go, I'm gonna attack this guy, the spearman. That was good. That is a success. So that gives me 4 dice, -1 on his armor because of the flail. So he only has an armor of 3. Terrible. So that means he takes 1 wound. Ridiculous. Okay, so what is my goal? I'm gonna run here 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will attack this guy with my berserker ability. Actually, I could have also just pushed him back and then moved in here, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay, so let's see what we get. We don't have negative modifiers. And this goes back 1 turn, okay. Ugh, so that was not good enough. Gotta try again. Okay, that was. So now I'm gonna roll a lot of dice here. 7. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, so we managed to kill him. And I'm going to remain standing here, though. I wonder if I should try to somehow maybe pin the shooter. I could move with my Celestial maybe here so that I keep the shooter engaged. Tough. I think I want to do that actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to move here. Okay. Can I attack, by the way? No, I only have a movement value of 5, so I cannot attack, but I could run. I gotta roll if I do a blunder while I'm running. No. Okay. So we're good. Now it's again the Dark Player. And no power card for him. So that means shooter tries to disengage. And that was again a successful move. So the question is, where does he go? If I go too far away, I kind of have this. Well, I mean, I guess I could go here. 1, 2. And now I guess I want to shoot again at 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh. I want to shoot again. The problem is, if I shoot at this guy, I would get the bonus from behind, but now because there is this table, that would give him light cover, I guess. What about here? I'm not sure if I could even. I could maybe reach him. I think this guy does not block line of sight, but it's pretty far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that would be already. Let me check that distance. There we go. Which one is better? Okay, that would be actually still medium distance. So that would be a -1 penalty, but he would get a +1 bonus for because of the attack from behind. But he had to move anyway. So there's a couple of things to consider here. I think they're pretty much the same when it comes to who is easiest to hit. So then it's the guy with the lowest armor, and that is gonna be actually interesting. I think it's gonna be this guy here. I mean, I could also shoot at the Celestial. Maybe I should just do that. That gives me, yeah, I'm gonna shoot at the Celestial. He has the lowest armor, and I need a 6 though, but I'm gonna try it anyway. And it didn't work out. It was a 4, would have been a miss anyway. Okay, And now we see a similar situation here. So he tries to disengage, and this time it didn't work. So again, we see a melee combat here, and nothing happened. So now it's me again, and I think maybe I can finish these guys now. So I'm gonna attack here. Incredible. That is really incredible. I'm gonna move with this guy, 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna do an attack. Unbelievable. I mean, serious. And then we're gonna move in here and attack. Huh. Okay, that's an 8 against, he's got a 9, but because he is unarmed, because he has a ranged weapon, he's got a -1, yeah. So that is good enough. So now I do 6 damage dice, and that possibly kills him. Yeah, so we managed to kill him. But now there is still this guy left here. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's it then. And let's do the last one. So we got an active. We got to check again if he gets. Oh yeah, and actually we have a power card, and that is again a fortune. So that's 2. Man, he's really running out of points here. Okay, so he gets a fortune, but that won't save him, and he's gonna try to disengage. Wow, he did it, but only once. He's got to disengage twice because there are 2 enemies here. Incredible. He actually made that. This is insane. So now he moves 1, 2, 3 spaces away. Maybe I should move here. And now the question is, who am I going to attack? And I think again, the Celestial might be the easiest one to hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, because it is from behind. On the other side, I'm gonna try the Celestial again. Let's go for it. That looks dangerous, and that is indeed a hit, and it's a critical. So that means I will actually take damage from this shot. That's very bad. So I take 5 damage dice here, and this could kill me. And I'm wondering, you know what? I think I'm gonna force him to reroll that. That is just too dangerous. So we'll see. Okay, that was a blunder. And here's the thing, because it's a blunder, it's a critical failure, he will now reroll that roll. And I'm actually not sure if this is even possible. You know, this is a real edge case because I don't know if you can spend 2 fortune on the same roll. I know a hero can't. You have to accept the second result. But it's an interesting question if we could do it like this, right? And I think I will allow this because it's fun. So I'm going to give him the option to reroll this. And it doesn't matter. It was not a 6, so therefore it did not do any damage because of the invulnerability. Wow, so yeah, it did cost me a fortune. Damn it. And now it's us again. So, I mean, come on. So we're moving in here, do an attack. Okay, I mean, come on. So we got 5 dice here. That should be it, I guess. Yep, okay, so we managed to kill him, and nice. Okay, so let's loot the bodies. So we had 2 shooters, 2 soldiers, and this guy. So that means we get 6 dice. Yeah, that's not so bad. So we get $3. We found 1 standard object for the 6, and then we have 2 5 or 6s, so we found a potion. Wow, that's again a healing brew. That is great. That comes in handy. I'm gonna give that to, I'm not sure, I'm gonna give that to him, I guess. The others both have healing potions. And now I'm allowed to draw 1 here from the potion deck. Okay, that is an unidentified potion, so we don't know what that is. Gotta bring that to the alchemist, and he's gonna tell us for $1, I guess. Okay. So now we may interact with the furniture. So we got a dining room here, this thing here. There's a table and some chairs in the room. Characters searching them must roll 3d6. For each result of 6, they find 1 pack of provisions. For each result of 5, they find a supreme beer. Okay, we find a beer. Nice. Okay, so pretty much everyone, except of course for the Celestial, now has its beer. And I can see a wild party once we reach the treasure chamber here. And now we're gonna check the, what was the other thing? The statues. Where's the card for the, oh, here. Yeah, so we got the 2 statues here. There are several statues. A character adjacent to one of them may search all of them. Characters searching them must roll 3d6. For every result of 6, they found 1 coin. If 2 or more results of 6 are rolled, they also find a treasure. Whoa! Okay, that would be insane. So let's hope for the best here. Still, a coin. Not bad. Okay, so that's it here. We're close. We can now draw a tile to go here, but I'm going to load this up. It's an interesting cliffhanger, I think. We've seen quite a bit going on. Yeah, so hope to see you on the next video. Bye.